Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about FEMA because I have a personal FEMA story now. And I've been hearing a lot here on TikTok about how FEMA is like commandeering donations and put them in their own warehouses and saying they need to control them, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to start going down that rabbit hole next, but this is my FEMA story today. So my uncle has lived in St. Pete, Florida for his entire adult life. So quite some time. He's 73 years old. Born and raised in Michigan, where I'm at, blue collar dude. My whole family is a little rednecky. Call us whatever you want. We're good, hardworking people. And he has been too his whole life. He actually worked for the city in public transit for 20 years. So giving back, doing all he can, just making his way in the world. Home was completely destroyed in Helene. He had evacuated, did what he was supposed to do. He's up in a hotel and paying for the hotel himself. So he comes back to his home and it's gutted. Basically, all of his possessions are gone. The home is uninhabitable. So he obviously can't stay there. FEMA comes in. I believe that this was yesterday. FEMA comes in. They're there for 5 minutes. They didn't even go through the whole home. But you walk in and you can tell, I guess, the situation, right? So they tell him it'll be 8 to 10 business days before you hear anything. We're going to go back and look at everything. We'll let you know. All right, cool. He gets an email this morning with the results of what FEMA is going to give to him. We'll get to that in a second. First, I went back and did a little digging on FEMA myself. And in 5 minutes of Googling on the Google machine, it's really easy to find and a lot of it comes directly from FEMA. It's their website, FEMA.gov or whatever it is. All comes from there, so it's legit, and I screenshot it and I saved all the bookmarks, so if anybody comes at me like, oh, you're making shit up, I'm not making up anything, and I'll be happy to provide receipts. But in 2024, FEMA's budget was $37 billion, and they requested additional fundage before Helene. They requested it before Helene. So let's just round it up and say 40 billion, just for, because we can. And FEMA is authorized, so I also learned, FEMA is authorized to grant an individual up to $42,500 for your home loss, and an additional $42,500 for other incidentals. So what is that, 85 grand per person? They are authorized to grant that. Okay? So I did a little bit more digging. Where did FEMA's money go? And you can't really tell for 2024. I couldn't find it in the 5 minutes that I spent looking. I'm sure somebody out there can find it. But in 2023, very easy to find because, again, it's on the FEMA website. Went to 5 major areas: Arizona, Texas, New York City, New Mexico, and Chicago, which all happen to be border or sanctuary. A lot went to Colorado too. There was I think $1 million went to Denver, but Maricopa County in Arizona, 11 million. Pima County in Arizona, 28 million. I think New York City was right in that 27, 28-ish kind of million situation, and Chicago was way up there too. Go on the site, check it out. The numbers are there. It's really easy to find. So they've spent a lot of money on non-citizens. Sorry, my cat jumped up. On non-citizens. They have obviously been very well funded non-American citizens. Again, my uncle, and a lifelong American citizen, good, hardworking, salt of the earth kind of fella. Guess how much they're going to give him? $2,600. Yeah. An American citizen is worth $2,600 to our government. Make that make sense. Just make it make sense. I don't get it. Like I said, I'm going to do some more digging, but this was just literally what I found. Very, very easily to find. FEMA.gov and a couple of news articles from legit sources. So this is a real thing. I'm not making this up. And an American citizen's, life, goods, everything that they've ever had is worth $2,600 to our government. So the election's in 32 days. And we better we better make some change, because this didn't just happen to my uncle. This has happened to probably close to tens of thousands of people that have been affected by this hurricane. So, time to make a change.
Touchdown, we were able to get on a helicopter so we could get a bird's eye view of the Lake Lure and Chimney Rock area.
This is the whole team right here for the town.
Sorry for everything that's happened. And it's hard to put into words what that devastation is and what it's going to take for them to even begin to start thinking about rebuilding. It's going to be a long road ahead.
So this is the operation. We're so fortunate to be so loved by everybody. We haven't had a natural disaster like this in Western North Carolina in a very long time. So the outpouring is amazing, and as you can see, volunteers galore, and it's just, so heartfelt.
It is incredible. How far are people traveling to come here, both to help but also to get the supplies they need?
To help from all over, Florida, Michigan, the Northeast. They're driving an exorbitant amount of distance to come here. As far as a volunteer, all over South Carolina and Eastern North Carolina, Georgia.
The rebuilding here is just going to be so expensive.
Yeah.
I own the Chimney Rock Inn.
Okay.
A third of the back is missing, completely wiped out.
See where the blue styrofoam is at?
Yep.
Our apartment was right under that. Everything
Wow.
is completely. You got the mountains around, everything gets funneled in there, and so you get this raging torrent, wall of water, 20 feet. It comes down the river, rock, mud, trees, houses, buildings, and it's just like a giant bulldozer slamming everything. It just kind of clears it all out.
But anything you can do to keep us alive. I don't know what kind of water. We got water, MREs. We got some of that stuff. We're ready for the apocalypse. We need help building this road back. We need a big retaining wall. We need the park reopened. We need this road all the way up. That's the kind of help we need.
Yeah.
We got chainsaws. We got water.
Yep.
We need structures.
Yep.
Appreciate
My
it.
best wishes.
We definitely appreciate you being here, though.
Well, that's, the smallest thing we can do is just to try to lift up your voices and your stories and what the needs really are here. Glenn, nice to meet you. Tulsi, thanks for what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
We should be clear all the way down.
Thanь you very much.
Thanks,
Good to
guys.
see you.
We're strong. We just need help.
Yeah.
Okay, please give me 5 minutes to talk to you about geography, because we need to understand the scale of what's going on. This is the state of North Carolina. This is the area that's without power still. This is also the state of North Carolina. This yellow outline is the country of Belgium that I've overlaid for scale. Okay? This is the scale. 230,000 customers without power means households. Based on US Census data, the average household size here is about 3, which means we're talking about 600,000 to 700,000 people who have not had power for a week. That is an emergency by itself. If you don't have power for a week, then if you had food stored in the freezer, no, you don't. If you had breast milk, insulin stored in the fridge, no, you don't. You don't get to run your CPAP machine. 750,000 people without power for a week should make headline news by itself. But power outages are unfortunately one of the mildest of problems. Water is also out. Cell coverage is out. If you're seeing people posting from this area, there's a good likelihood they're having to drive miles to do that. And that is if they have a car that wasn't destroyed, if they can get gas somehow, and if they have roads they can drive miles on. These are the road closures. Okay? And these roads are not closed because there's some water on them. They're closed because they look like this now. Right? This times this. That's the scale. The reason the roads look like that is because this is the topography. This is not like a lot of cities where you drive for a half an hour to go get to this. This is the region. This is where people live. When you live in the mountains, you get one road. And they're going to put it wherever they can put it. That's why it's shaped like this. Very often, that's going to be along a river or next to it. When a road looks like this, right? That means the land looks like this. So when a hurricane decides to go hiking in the mountains, which has never happened in this area before, ever, you're going to get a torrential amount of water, and it's going to be moving very fast because it's moving down a mountain. And this river is going to explode. It's going to take out this road right here, and it's going to take out this road right here. And then everybody that lives in here is trapped because you're not walking out. Some people are. Some people are putting what they can and their children on their back and hiking out, which is, to be honest, pretty representative of typical Appalachian scrappiness. Anyway, the other thing that's going to happen is mud, because the water is not going to just gently fall down the mountain and go in the river. It is going to get into the earth, and the earth is going to become mud, and that is incredibly heavy. And the whole mountainside is going to shear off like a windshield wiper and carry everything with it and put it in the river. And that's why we're seeing the level of destruction we're seeing, because roads are not the only thing that is gone. This is not a river. This is a town. This is Chimney Rock. This is a screenshot from this user. This is what it looked like before. And this is the scale that we're talking about. There are hundreds of small towns in this picture. This is Asheville, this right here. You've heard a lot about Asheville, probably, hopefully. Asheville is not a small remote mountain town. It is a city of 100,000 people. It is the city that you would drive to go to the doctor if you live in an actual small remote mountain town. And it did get devastated. It did get hit very hard. But part of the reason why you are seeing so much coverage out of Asheville is that you can get there right now. If you're going to send a news crew to North Carolina, they can just drive into Asheville. And you do not want to be taking up a helicopter right now just to take pictures, because people are still trapped. I do think some news organizations went here for a working lunch and didn't ask anybody if anyone lives up here. So I'm a little frustrated by that. But gradually, I think the coverage is developing. The rest of this is going to be very bleak, so don't watch it if you're already not okay, please. The mortality counts that you've seen in the tens are irresponsibly optimistic. Those are the people who've been identified. When you find someone's remains washed down a river, how do you know where they came from? How do you contact their loved ones to get an identification? When the cell towers are down, when the roads are down, when all of those people are still concentrating on trying to get out and trying to get food and water. You're going to wait. You're going to wait until the living are taken care of. We have not begun to hear the mortality numbers from this disaster. This is a small country. And it's my mom's small country. And it's gone. Please pay attention.
Here in North Carolina, here's your day number 9 update. We still don't have power, we still don't have water, we still don't have internet, but the sun's shining, it's a beautiful day. And we're headed down to our neighbors, the folks that got totally flooded out by Hurricane Helene. And I'm gonna show you the amazing progress that's already happened down there. Some of this progress is a result of the community pulling together and just helping each other out. And a lot of it is from y'all too, for raising $8,000 in 4 days. Those funds are going towards things like this sump pump, which is sucking water out of Mike and Alicia's crawl space. Look at how much water is still under there a week after the storm. Have you ever seen this before? The fire department brought over a fold of tanks and filled it up with water. It's a water supply now for the neighborhood. This amazing group of volunteers came over to Mike and Alicia's house. They're cutting out anything that's a mold risk, including all this drywall. The name of the organization is Baptists on a Mission, and boy, are we grateful for them. Across the street at Joy's house, those same volunteers cleared out everything from her house to get it ready for some demo work. Mold is no joke after floods. You can see some mold there, so they're going to do the same thing, cut out all that drywall. Your donations are already going to work, and our neighborhood appreciates it. If you can help, donation links are in my profile and at chrisatpeak.com.
If you have ever stepped foot in these Appalachian Mountains and hiked them, we need you here. We need foot. We need people on foot. If you have ever hiked the Rocky Mountains, get here. We need you. We need people experiencing hiking. There's only a few ways to these people. It is through foot, horseback, or helicopter. Dirt bikes, ATVs, side-by-sides. If you have them and can get to East Tennessee or Western North Carolina, we need you. Do not listen to the news when they tell you that they don't want you, they don't need you. I'm telling you, I am here. I live here. I have been already. I'm telling you, we need you. We want you here. The hell with what FEMA says. The hell with what American Red Cross says. They're not here. I'm telling you, they're not here helping. It's been a week and they're not here. We need manpower. So if you are an experienced hiker, we need you in East Tennessee and Western North Carolina. If you are experienced dirt biker, we need you. If you are experienced in ATVs, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, whatever, we need you. We cannot get automobiles up in there. Trucks is not an option. Cars is not an option. If you own private helicopters, we need you. If they threaten to arrest you, we got you as the American people. We need you. These people need saved.
Put on this earth to serve us. You're wrong. Year after after year, they somehow manage to pick food for themselves and you. It's you who need us. We're a lot stronger than you say we are. And you know it.
My house washed away. I had a cat, I had 2 geckos. I lost it all.
We lost everything, family, friends, homes, our jobs, everything, our animals. We have nothing. We got family members floating down a river.
Jackie and Alex say they're struggling to find help and that resources are strained.
FEMA's here. You know what FEMA just told us? We can't get you a phone. I have no ID. I have no way to pay for food. He has no way to get gas. We're stuck. So we have to sleep in a car that's leaking with the same clothes we've had on since the...
For now, these strangers have each other until they can find more help and reach family.
Yeah, she hopped in and she said, "Thank God for country people."
This little boy was nice enough to pick me up.
Reporting in Asheville, North Carolina, for AccuWeather, I'm Bill Waddell.
So here today in Swannanoa, North Carolina, one of the hardest hit towns by Hurricane Helene. Looks like a tornado came through. There's no government here, there's no FEMA. People are just coming in here with supplies, fuel, food, whatever we can to try to help this community. Every dollar I make from this video, I'm donating it to Hurricane Helene relief efforts. So please share, repost, comment, like, anything you can do that can boost this video. You're gonna help people in need. Currently delivering aid at Swannanoa Church of God, and I just wanna give you guys a look at the flooding in the church basement. Remember, this is a week after the storm, still no power, still no clean water, and we're just trying to dig out from the mud in here. Here's more flooding.
Making some progress down in the basement.
Hungry people ready to get a hot meal. As you can see, we've got helicopters flying in and out. Really the most efficient way, the only way to get in and out of here.
Four hours ago, we were reached out to by first responders in the Western North Carolina area, telling us the support that they need. They have food, they have supplies, they have water, but they can't get to the routes that they need fast enough to help the people that need these supplies. We're making an effort to go around town to raise as many chainsaws, accessories, and funding as we can to buy our own, to take up there, equip these people with the gear that they need, as well as help them get the job done. Project Savior Outdoors equips veterans and first responders with forging community, igniting purpose, and defying darkness. So we're igniting that purpose by serving this mission. We could use your help, your support with gear, donations of chainsaws, as well as funds to help accomplish this mission. You can donate at projectsavioroutdoors.org and help me and the crew be able to make this thing happen. So again, there's nothing different about what we're doing as everybody else is doing across this country, uniting together to make stuff happen for the people in Western North Carolina. But hey, if we can do a little bit each to make a difference, we'll move mountains. Let's freaking go.
For absolutely no reason at all, I want to show you guys what aired on the news 9 years ago. Yes, 9 years.
And now we're learning that scientists and researchers are looking at how to change the weather on purpose. That's right. Lasers now could one day manipulate rain and lightning. See, I mean, lasers? Really? To change the weather?
That's right. Well, as Mark Twain once famously said, everyone complains about the weather, but no one ever does anything about it. Well, instead of doing a...
Everyone complains, but no one does anything about it. But don't you worry, because they're doing something about it. Wild, right? And completely unrelated, we have Hurricane Milton, Tropical Storm Milton, Hurricane Milton, which will be arriving in Florida on the 9th or 10th. And this will be the worst case scenario. But as we've learned, the worst case scenario really isn't the worst case scenario. Goodbye.
I'm going to share a little something with you this morning. I've lived right here in Western North Carolina my whole life. My family has been in Western North Carolina for well over 200 years. I come from a long line of what a lot of folk call hillbillies. We were poor old mountain folk. We made a living scratching out of these hills. We've survived a lot and seen a lot. But the old timers, one thing about them, they didn't trust the government. Because when I was growing up, I was raised by my great-grandmother. She was born in 1901. Grew up right here. And she would tell you straight up and down, if they're from the government, whether it's federal or local, they're not to be trusted. Because see, give you a little reason why. Think about all the man-made lakes here in Western North Carolina. Think about Smoky National Park, Cage Cove. All of you know where that is. And them cabins you go and look at and all over how people lived back then. I want you to stop and think about the people that lived there. Think about the towns underwater. Them people really didn't have a choice about that. Government walked in and said, we're going to build a lake here. We're going to build a national park here. Y'all's got to go. Here's what we're going to give you for the land. They didn't have no choice about that. It ain't like they could say, no, you're not. I'm not selling you my land. Because if it did, they just took it. And see, when the banks crashed, folks here in Appalachia didn't have a lot of money to start with. But what little they had, the ones that had in the bank lost it. My whole life, my grandfather never once put a dime in a bank. He buried his cash in a jar, and he buried it in the backyard. Because he didn't trust the banks to have his money safe. And a lot of people now laugh about the way Appalachian folks were. And the few of us that still live like the old timers did. They poke fun at us because we don't trust outside people. But see, that's the reason why. But I think the younger generation now is gonna, they're getting a taste of what the old timers saw and how they learned not to trust the government. Because we're watching it play out right here in Western North Carolina, right in front of our eyes. Don't see a lot of help coming from the government. $750, what good's that going to do? For one, you can't spend any of that money. There ain't no stores to buy nothing in. They can't eat the money. We need food, water, they need shelters. Why, there's hotels that they can't take survivors to because the government's got their people housed in it. Government's coming in here and taking supplies that's been donated and taking control of it because we're not allowed to help nobody. So the next time you go to make fun of us Appalachian folk for not trusting outsiders, well, remember, the government ain't been fair to us at all. We learned to survive on our own. That's why back in the day, people trusted on the neighbor. They helped one another because they knew nobody was out from the outside was going to help them. So anyhow, y'all, I hope y'all continue to pray for all those affected by this storm. And as always, I'll holler at you later.
All right, just leaving Western Command. Looks like they have already used the 30 that I gave them. They need more, so I'm going to try to buy some more Starlinks today and get them up here to them. I got a whole truckload with me of other stuff, and I can tell you, man, they're coming in here with some big equipment right now. These boys in camo are moving out the heavy gear. Let me show you real quick over my shoulder. Just give me a second. That's the big boy toys. Definitely a lot of machinery that is going out right now. Also, too, I don't know if you noticed, I walked by the FEMA trailer, and they didn't take any of my stuff. So I was, you know, again, don't believe everything you read on the internet. But yeah, check this out. I think you guys can tell the size of some of that equipment. They're up here for the long haul, apparently.
What's up, nerds? That would be a pallet of water, but guess what? That back there would be another pallet of water. Huge shout outs to the Home Depot in Gainesville, Georgia. They sold me 2 full pallets of water. Not only that, they took $1 off of every single case. So $84 off of each of these pallets. They ordered 20 more pallets. They did a special order this morning, 20 more pallets of water. I will be able to purchase and pick up water from the Home Depot in Gainesville every single day, basically, till I say stop. That being said, I am switching my efforts and focusing on Edneyville, North Carolina. That's where I'm dropping everything off. They are helping and supporting the people in the communities of Chimney Rock, Bat Cave, Girton, Lake Lure, some of the absolute hardest hit areas in North Carolina. Supplies are going to great places, good people, and they're getting in the hands of people they need to get to. I didn't film any content while I was there yesterday. That's not what I was there for. I was just there to drop stuff off, make connections, set up a route from here to there, and just get logistics figured out. Today, I want to let y'all hear from some of the people and just see some of the damage, see what's really going on out there. So I'm getting on the road. Keep the donations coming. Y'all have no idea what y'all are doing for these people. Y'all are literally doing the Lord's work through me. I'm just the vessel. I'm just the one that's making sure it happens. God's using me to do it and using all of y'all to provide the funding for it. So let's keep doing this. I'll do it as long as I can. What's up, nerds? I am putting out a big call. If anyone knows where I can find a Starlink or get a Starlink donated or any type of satellite internet system that I can get donated to this address right here, that's the Edneyville Regional Justice Center. That is where we're setting up, taking donations. That's where the drop-off's at. But I got to be able to get some comms set up there for these people. So if you or anyone you know can help me, please reach out to me.
What's going on, guys? Good morning. We've made it to North Carolina. We stayed with Aerial Recovery Group last night. We're getting ready to go out today to start assisting the public, opening up some roads. And part of your donations is everything sitting on this deck. These are all full of gas. We've got a whole rick of oil again, bar oil, chainsaws, a pallet of water, and we were able to buy a family, or any family really, a room for 6 nights over here at the Stays Inn. We're looking for a family actively to donate this camper to. There's a lot of people that have been hurt, and people need a place to stay. So get this some traction so we can find out where this would best be fit. Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, this is an invitation to all the people displaced. I don't have much, but I have 84 acres in eastern Kentucky. I got a place for you to come, to get your bearings, to get ready. If you need to be here permanently, temporarily, it doesn't matter to me. I hope this video gets out. I just had my account banned. I had 105,000 awesome followers, awesome network of people that I lost just like that. And that could happen to every one of us, and it will eventually. It's inevitable. So while we can, we need to use this app. And right now I need your help, because I don't have that. I'm relying on you to like this, share this, repost this, get this out to the people in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Virginia, Tennessee. We're here for you. Now, Gary, why does this hit you so hard? Well, it's not just hit me so hard because I'm watching people suffer. I'm in eastern Kentucky, but I was born and raised in Rutherford, North Carolina. Chimney Rock, Lake Lure, that's where I used to spend my childhood at the lake, and all my family's there. My aunts, my uncles, my sisters, every bit of my immediate family live in that Rutherford County. And I don't have much. I don't have resources to go down there and take y'all a bunch of resources. I don't have that financially, but what I do have is this mountain, and I invite anyone that needs a place to come. Like I said, temporarily, permanently, it doesn't matter. But my land is your land. We're Americans, and the darkness is all around us, guys. But I'll tell you what, it's time for the light to shine. You're the light. We're the light, man. So if you could just do me a real big favor, guys, like this, share this, repost this. You don't have to follow me. I'm not in this for followers. I'm really not. I just hope this video reaches just a few people. I don't care if it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 1,000 500. It doesn't matter. If you need a place, DM me. If you know someone that needs a place, DM me. Let's get this video out there, guys. We only have each other. We don't have no man's going to come and save us. No political party's going to save us. We, the people, are all we got right now. If you can't look around and see this, then you're blind. So do me a favor, guys, and let's get this video out. Like I said, my account was banned. I had 100,000 followers, awesome network of people. Lost them all. I hope one of you are watching. I hope all of y'all are watching. I really do. Hope this video gets around, because we need each other, guys. More than ever, we need each other right now. And I'm not going to go rant on about certain things and the truth and the things that I could say, because this video probably won't make it for 5 minutes if I do. But if you know someone, or if you're someone that needs a place to come, that needs a safe place, a place of refuge, give me a DM, guys. Send this video. And one more thing, God bless this great nation.
They say another hurricane is coming. People in that region, hear me and hear me well. FEMA is saying they don't have money for the next hurricane. And we don't have to go down that road. Oh, they got money for Ukraine, but listen to what I'm saying. This is American to American. When that happens, if your region is in that path, start packing. You understand what I'm saying? Start packing and evacuate. Alright? I don't know what it is about this year, but if there's a category 3 to 4 to 5 coming in your path, evacuate. Please learn what's going on in North Carolina. And I can't say certain things on here, but let me just say that there's a part of me that feels like this isn't God's work. This isn't weather being weather. So, take that for what you want. When the time comes, everyone in that area, Louisiana, Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, can evacuate. Alright? Please listen to what I'm saying. Our government doesn't give a fuck about us. FEMA doesn't give a fuck about us. And I'm here to tell you, as your brother in America, get the fuck out of your area if it's headed towards you. I love all of y'all. Please be safe. Please support Americans to support Americans. And fuck the government. Peace to God.